You see, the husband was out. These people were our neighbors in Nakuru. So I knew him. When I saw him, I recognized him. When I told him that I know you are Mwalimu, he said, I'm your father. And this is your mother. It was not like kubembelezwa. No. Like, if you dare tell anyone anything else apart from, we are going to kill you. So there is this one day, this guy called me to his bedroom. When I was handing him the water, he grabbed me and he raped me, Lynn. And I remember the wife coming back and found me washing those blood-stained bed sheets. I don't know if she noticed something, but she didn't say, but she didn't ask me. So this lady, I forgave her. If she was alive today, I will call her mom. No. Yes, I will call her mom.
No.
Yes. As much as I suffered in her hands, she will also still beat me, leaving me with the house chores and all this. But zilikuwa pia frustration zake, you know? Zilikuwa pia shida zenye amepitia pia.
A very good morning to you and a warm welcome to LNS Rebuilding Restoration series. My name is Lynn Ngugi and I'm so happy that our series in Australia is still continuing, and we have had incredible stories and conversations with so many people here, and I am really inspired by their stories. Australia is a beautiful place to be in. We have had great moments, met with so many people from our Kenyan communities, and guys, I am truly honored for making us feel home. Well, we feel like we are just home when we are in Australia. And honestly, I can't wait for you guys to be able to listen to our story today. I don't know if a lot of us would survive what my guest has been through. When I saw her brief and she spoke about, having been separated from her family, having her identity stolen, and then getting to reunite with her siblings after 27 years, I was like, how do you survive that? How do you live life knowing that someone has given you a completely different name from the name that you were given by your parents? And then after finding this, how do you forgive? How do you rebuild? How does your life get restored? We are about to let her introduce herself so that she can be able to walk us through her journey. And I hope that at the end of this show, we are able to pick a thing or two from her story and we are able to rebuild our lives once again. But even before I let her introduce herself, look at us heading to 1 million subscribers, guys. Thank you. We would not have done this without you watching, hitting that subscription button, and letting us know that our work matters. So if you are watching this and you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. It goes a long way into making sure that we continue impacting the society one story at a time, and we continue bringing you guys super inspirational stories. So I don't take that for granted. And also to the amazing team that we are getting to do this with, well, here in Australia, Muga, Joshua, and the entire team at LNN, asanteni sana. May God bless you and may He bless the work of your hands. And now, without further ado, please allow me to let my guest today introduce herself. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Unajua sauti inaenda kwa nini? Siku ingine nimejikuna masikio. Hey,
sitasema, sitaongea.
Usiongea lakini nimejikuna masikio. May I not do that again, but nice to see you.
Thank you, Lynn.
You are looking amazing.
Thank you so much.
Love
and
your dress.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, go on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I honestly am really honored to have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I can't wait, as I said earlier, for our audience to be able to see how they can be able to rebuild and how their life can be able to get restored. Yeah. But maybe before we go any further, if you want to introduce yourself and tell our people what you do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Yes.
I'm so humbled to be in LNN. This is a miracle, and it's a a dream come true. Most of my friends were telling me, one day you will be in LNN, and I was like, yeah, I once heard you saying that our God is a God of all of a sudden, and yes, I didn't know it was going to be this soon, but I'm so grateful, and I thank God. Thank you, Lynn. You're doing an amazing job. You are changing lives, and you are inspiring generations. May God bless you. May God bless LNN.
Thank you.
So yeah, my name is Joyce Chepngeno, Wanjiru. I was born Wanjiru, but yeah, my documents are Chepngeno. Nobody knows Wanjiru, but that was my birth name. Yes.
What brings you to Australia?
I'm a student. I'm studying my Master of International Business Administration. I've actually completed my course. I submitted my final assignment just today. So I'm done with school.
It's a wrap.
Yes.
You're getting your master's.
Yes, and I'm graduating on the 8th of September. You're welcome to my graduation.
Nikuje tu hivyo, niwaambie nakuja graduation.
Mwambie unakuja graduation ya Joyce.
Naweza shindanga huko Australia, msinijaribu, don't try me.
Yes.
Congratulations. How has it been?
It's been a journey. Not very easy, but very, very interesting and an eye-opener. It's been a great experience for me. Lynn, when I was in high school, my friends can attest to that. If I know my classmates will watch this, they'll tell you I used to call myself we didn't know we can say Aussie, so we say Australian girl. So there were these pages that were coming in the newspaper, studying, I think it was an advert, study in Australia. And I was like, yeah, once we finish Form 4, I'll go to Australia. So I didn't come immediately, but you dare to dream. It happened.
Years later,
yes,
you are here.
I'm here.
Life is funny.
Yes.
I don't think anything happens by chance.
Yeah.
Like now, the more things happen in my life, the more I remember a moment years ago when I had that similar thought.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing so many things, come into fruition, and I'm like, life is funny, by the way. God is amazing.
Yeah.
God is amazing.
Yeah.
And as I was saying earlier, for me, I want to see how we can be able to rebuild from your story.
Yeah.
Your story is the classic rebuilding, restoration story.
Yeah.
And when I look at you and you have quite a support system, I saw someone here and someone here, and they are just here cheering you on. That must really feel good.
It
right?
feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. I truly thank God. I call myself God's most favored child. And you will learn from, as we go along with my story, how everything has been working. It's not kawaida, it's not something that happens all the time. It is a miracle. My life itself, I call myself a miracle child. And everything that has happened in my life has been happening in strange ways. And I believe it is for the glory of God.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But before we go, because this is the part I really want to lay back and let you walk us through your story. Before we can get there, why do you really want to share your story?
I really want to share. It's not the first time I'm sharing my story. I once did my story in Kameme. You'll get to know when we reunited with my biological family. And so many people were inspired. Lynn, I didn't know, I used to know that there was a purpose that God had set for me, for everything that happened to me. But I was like, oh God, I didn't know what the purpose was until that day when I went on air, and everyone was like, oh my God, Joyce, my inbox were full of thousands of messages. You've inspired me, you've changed my life, you've given me confidence, you've given me courage, you've given me hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we are about to do today
Yeah.
on the show, give people hope.
Yeah.
But as I said, this is the part I sit back and let you walk us through your story from the, a place you are comfortable in.
Yeah.
Take us there. Take us through growing up, the challenges. Take us through this part of your life, the confusion. Take us through the challenge, again, the breakthrough to where we are right now.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Joyce Wanjiru. I was born Wanjiru, but as I've told you, I'm Chepngeno on my documents. And I can remember a few things when I was younger, or when I was I'll start from I was born in Nakuru, free area. My people call Flaria. So it's free area of Nakuru. So that's where I was born and raised for a while. And then now something happened. There was this lady who was, she was my mom's neighbor, or she was our neighbor in Nakuru. Yeah. This lady really loved me, or I can say she loved my family. She used to be my mom's friend. She was a neighbor, but then she didn't have her own kids. That's something that we came to learn later, that she didn't have. So apparently when we were in Nakuru, she used to tell like the neighbors she has kids, but they are back home in their in her parents' home. While when she's in her parents' home, she will tell them that she has kids.
But they're in Nakuru.
Where she's married. Remember those days, someone would get married. I don't know if it still happens, where someone would get married, goes, lives with a husband, and there is no contact with the family. Like you would say, even stay for 10 years without going back to your home. Your family knows you're married in a certain place, but there were no visits. So yeah, this lady once, I used to stay with her. She was not a stranger to me. So one day she told me, Shiro, I want us to go to our home so that we can visit her parents, and then I can meet her children. Hey, that was exciting. I was like, yeah. And then the excitement of being a kid and wanting to travel or go out of home, Yeah, so I remember that day when my mom came back home, I told her, Auntie Rufi told me that she wants us to go to her home. I think I was nearly starting school, because my mom was like, are you going with Auntie Rufi, or you are going to school, And yeah, so I think a few days later, Auntie came and told me that my mom had accepted that we will go together to her home. And yeah, we went. She bought me some blue jeans. There was these plastic shoes, red plastic shoes, and a white dress top. Then we left the house. There was this car that was parked. It was a Nissan that I think it had broken down because it had been parked there for a long time. The grass had already grown underneath. So she changed my clothes, like she removed the clothes that I had, tied them in a plastic bag. By then the plastic ban had not been infected in Kenya, so she just tied the clothes and threw them under the van. Then she dressed me with the clothes she had, and then we went. We boarded a matatu. She told me we are going to their home in Mombasa. But it was not in Mombasa, it was in Total of Nakuru. So off we went. When we alighted from the car, she told me, it's not easy for my people or their people to pronounce my name Wanjiru. So if they ask me, I should tell them that my name is So she asked me, you like the name Chebet or Chepngeno? So I think in our neighborhood, there was a story, the stories that will be going around, and you will hear stories as kids, that Chebet lied on her child at night and the baby died. So I said, no, I don't want to be called Chebet because I had Chebet lied on the baby and the baby died. So Chepngeno sounded good. So I told her, so what's your name? My name is Chepngeno. Chepngeno, I didn't even know to say Chepngeno, so I was Chepngeno. That's good. And if someone asks you, sometimes I remember that I'm like, our children will not do that. I don't know how we were brought up. So she told me if anyone asks me, I should tell them that I'm her mom. You're a child. I think we were covered by the innocence of childhood, and I don't know if it's because I knew her or because I was a child, but in a way, I just followed everything she told me. So when we met someone and she'll be like, this is my child, and I'll be like, yeah, my name is Chepngeno. I didn't know Kale by then. I was speaking Kikuyu. I knew Kikuyu. So, but I was speaking in Swahili at this point. Yeah. So my name is Chepngeno. This is my mom. And that is it. We got to where we were going. That's her stepmother. So she had a stepmother who was living in Total Nakuru. In my mind,
you are going to Mombasa. See, so in your mind, you've arrived in Mombasa.
In Mombasa, yes. This is Mombasa.
Oh my God.
This is not Nakuru.
This is Mombasa.
Total, She was such an intelligent lady. And in a way, I love this woman. After I've grown up and gotten to know life, I understand the stigma associated with barrenness, or I'm sorry to use such a strong term, or not having children. Those women, Lynn, go through hell. They go through a lot of pain. Like the pain these people go through is untold. So when I came, later in life, in the beginning I was like bitter, why did she take me away from my home? But after getting to understand life, I knew why she would do this. And if you met anyone who has been struggling to have children, and may God bless the wombs of these women, I'm telling you, it is painful. So you would do that, Lynn, if you were in her position, and especially those days.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So
I don't know how to feel about that, because I wanna feel the pain.
Yeah, and you wanna feel sorry for me.
Yes, because you get what I'm saying.
I know.
I want to appreciate and acknowledge. Yes.
Yeah.
You are barren, and there's a lot of stigma around it.
Yeah. But you don't have to cause another one.
As you are telling me this story, already my blood is like, wait, what?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So I'm so conflicted that
I know.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so it's a lot of pain anyway, not having a child. So yeah.
Total.
We are in so I was telling you, she was a very intelligent woman.
Yeah.
If anyone looked for me,
they would never find you.
Oh, they will never find. They will be looking for Shiro. The child here is Chepngeno. And they will be looking for a child around Nakuru Molo, and I'm in Mombasa. So my friend, you wouldn't find me. That girl was smart, Anyways.
So you knew you were in Mombasa.
I knew I was in Mombasa, and the excitement. Oh my, having new clothes. Freria is ghetto.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have new clothes, you've traveled. What do you think I'll come and tell my sisters? By then my brothers you will get to that.
Yeah.
So I will be, and I was this kid, child. I'm just like this. This is how I was since I was a child. Yeah, this is just me. I never changed. So my sister was telling me, no wonder ulibiwa. No, that's my friend. My sister.
Oh.
She's in my sister Nyambura. She's in Nairobi.
Yes.
So and then she was telling me, "Now ukaambiwa eti twende," and then we went. So ungekata, you know. Of course, they went through a lot of pain losing their sister and not knowing where she is. Anyway,
Anyways,
so
let's go back.
Molo,
We're in Mombasa.
Tuko Mombasa.
Yeah.
And I've met the children that Auntie told me that she has. So this was her stepsister and stepbrother. They were Chepngeno, just like me, and Kibet. So this was her stepsister, but she had told us in Nakuru that we've always known that these are her kids and those names are the names of her children. So I met them, we clicked, we were so happy. They were a little bit older than me, but I mean, we
gelled.
Yes. So, yeah. So we stayed for some time there in Total. And I think I must have started missing home and causing problems, you know? So, I started asking her, I miss mom, I miss my sisters, I want to go back home. And I think she realized that it's gonna cause her trouble. This child may not keep quiet and people will
ask questions.
So she told me, first, Lynn, let me take you back. Okay. When we got to Total, she left immediately. That's why I was telling you this girl was super smart. She was not highly educated, but
intelligent.
She was very intelligent. She left immediately. So, I've been left with her stepmom now and her children.
Yeah.
We are happy. I was okay. She went back. So I'm so certain when she went back, when people are looking for Shiro, she's also looking for Shiro. This is my favorite child. Shiro made happy. Yeah. Because she didn't stay. From Total to Nakuru I think it's around an hour. Yeah, around 30 minutes drive. Simbali, it's not that far. So I think when she left me and then went back, she didn't stay with us that time. So then she came back, I think after a few days. I don't really remember very well after how long, but I remember when she came back, of course, you're excited going to a new place, and then now you've experienced everything, and you want to go and tell your siblings and your friends your experience. So when she came back, I told her, I miss mom, I miss my sisters, and then now she's like, yes, we are going back home. Joyce, tukavaa Chepngeno ndio huyo. We boarded a matatu, and then we went back. We are going back to Nakuru. So this time round, we went to where she was married. Now, Bomet, Chepalungu. In my mind, I thought we were going back home. So when we alighted from the vehicle and headed to the house, you see the husband was out. These people were our neighbors in Nakuru. So I knew him. When I saw him, I recognized him. So the welcome was not so good. I remember he asked me if I knew him. I was around 5 years old. And I told him, yes. You are a child. You can own a script, so you don't know. And then he grabbed my mouth and asked me, Mimi ni nani? And I told him, you are mwalimu, because he was a teacher. He was a high school teacher, and he was known as mwalimu in that area, neighborhood in Nakuru, where we used to live. Yeah, so when I told him that I know you are mwalimu, he said, I'm your father, and this is your mother. It was not like kubembelezwa, no. Like, if you dare tell anyone anything else apart from, we are going to kill you. I don't remember how I reacted. I don't know. I wish I could remember, because I don't know if I was shocked or I was covered by childhood innocence or what, but I think I just went blank. Yeah, so that is it. Now this lady has been telling the people also in the village that she has children in her house, so she has brought her child home. Yeah, so we started interacting with the people in the village. Yeah, that became home. My name became Chepngeno. I couldn't dare tell anyone that that was my name or these are not my parents. So I don't know how far these guys had planned this, because I don't know. Because everyone was comfortable. Everyone was happy with this child has been brought. I remember when we went to, now my dad's father, now my grandfather, he welcomed me with a goat. I need to go and ask for my goat gift that my grandfather gave me as a gift. I was a child. He said, this is my child. This is a gift I'm giving her. This, I think it was a blessing, and I believe it's also what has contributed to maybe doors opening up for me, because it was like, as this goat bears twins, it was a goat that used to just bear twins. That's how you will be. So that's when we started. I went to school. Now I went to school there. I'm registered as Chepngeno. Everyone knows now this is Rufi's daughter. And yeah, again, after now I've been enrolled school and I'm interacting well with the children, trying to learn. Forget about this heavy accent. I learned like Kipsigis, our language now there. So I started getting to learn like words and interacting. This is a village, so there are no other communities. So it's just one community and they all speak the same. So even Kiswahili was difficult for most of the people. So I was like the one teaching them, and they're teaching me Kipsigis and all. After a short while, I've gotten to master the language and we are good. So then started now the real suffering. These people started fighting, they are drinking, they used to drink a lot. Both now the lady and her husband, they will go drinking, coming home late. I was left to do, when I was in class 2, I knew how to do like all the house chores. I would cook, I would fetch water from the river. And you know, this is the village, so you go to the river, you go to the forest to get firewood and all that. Yeah, so we continued. After a while, I think when I was in class 4, they separated. So now the family came for this lady. The fights had been too much. And I think they decided to separate. So the lady went back, and then I stayed. I stayed with
the man.
No. Now I was staying with the man's.
Yeah, the husband.
Now, the husband's.
Now your dad.
My dad, and then now I'm moving to my grandparents.
You are good.
In a way, this lady was not really that wicked, because you see, in Kipsigis culture, they were like, if you go, you leave the children with their father. So she pretended to go and then hid me. So she stole me for the second time. Like she agreed with her friend to have me go stay with her, so that the following day when she'll be boarding the matatu, I will be with her. So I went to her friend's house who lived near the center. Then the following day when she's coming, everyone knows the child has stayed with the parents, but in the village, nobody really used to bother where the children, they could be the aunties, and nobody really cared. So we went with her. went back to Total, where
Mombasa.
But now I know it's
Total.
Total. So we went to Total. I was even enrolled in some school called Kwege Primary for, I think, almost a month. Then I ran back to Chepalungu. Now I'm used to, I have friends, my grandmother. This man's parents were good, like my grandmother and my grandfather, they were so good. And I was missing home. Yeah. So I went back. I bought a matatu. I was in class 4. And Lynn, I took a mat from Nakuru to Kericho, and I told the conductor, you know, we are opening school. And my mom said, when we get to Kericho, you show me the matatu going to Bomet. And that is what I did when we got to Bomet. I was shown there was one vehicle actually that used to leave from Kericho to our home. So once I borrowed that one, I went back.
Na fare?
Fare, so so this lady's father was a church treasurer. Na kulikoko na pesa kimungu anisamehe. Nikachukua pesa ya sadaka. And then I paid, it was 40 bob from Nakuru to, that's from Total to Kericho. Yes. And I paid another 40 bob from Kericho to Bomet.
What?
And then the balance I bought unga, chapati, mafuta. I did.
Unaenda nayo home. Why?
Anyway, so when I got back home, my grandmother was so happy. I knew my child is going nowhere. I've been calling her. When I want to call now my other cousin whom I was staying with, I'm calling Chepngeno and I'm calling Chepngeno. I was like, my child would come back. She was excited. Anyway, back I went home. And then the second now chapter of my life started. You see, my mom is no longer here. Yeah. Now I'm staying with this man. Oh, I'll take you back a little bit. Yes. Before even the lady left. So there is this one day, this guy called me to his bedroom. The kitchen was on this side. He asked me to get him water. He used to drink, and he was also very violent. Wanajulikana village, like you can't go near the person, you know. So Chepngeno, nilete maji. Of course, I fetched water and took it to his bedroom. When I was handing him the water, he grabbed me, pulled me to his side, and he raped me, Lynn. And the threats started again. If you dare tell anyone. I tried screaming. He covered my mouth and told me he will kill me. Now he told me something I think that must have contributed to me not having that urge to look for my family, that I bought you so that you will become my wife. So the narrative was that because he knows that I know that they are not my parents, you know. So there are no explanations, yes, but now he tells me that he bought me. And the reason he bought me was so that I become his wife. Wow. And I should not scream, and I should never tell anyone.
Or he'll kill you.
He will kill me. I didn't tell anyone. I remember that day after the act, I was bleeding. I was wearing a white dress, and it was full of blood. And then he was start beating me to get the bed sheets and go and wash them, you know. And I remember the wife coming back and found me washing those blood-stained bed sheets. I don't know if she noticed something, but she didn't say, but she didn't ask me. And I also didn't tell her a thing.
But she should have asked you because it's strange.
Yeah. I'm so sure, I don't know. Anyway, Lynn, this is something also, just like the idea of not having children, this is another thing that so many children go through, so many women. And I'm so sorry to say that even some women get married with children, even boys are sodomized, but then they will choose to keep quiet to protect. I don't know if they are protecting the man or they are protecting the marriage or both. But it happens and nobody talks about it. And so many people have gone through this. So many people have told me the same stories. When I shared my story, people were like, yeah, Joyce, my dad, now it's better this was not your biological father. Sorry, mine is my biological father. Anyway, so that was the first time it happened. So after she had left now, I went to stay with his parents, now my grandparents.
Yes.
So every time I'll be asked to go to, now, you know, everyone knows this is my dad. So nobody is thinking that such a thing could be happening. So when he says I'm supposed to go clean for him, wash clothes for him, cook for him, because the wife left,
You do it.
he will do it. It happened for so many, it happened so many times for so long. And I didn't tell anyone, Lynn, I couldn't say it. And another thing is rape was seen as, it was such a bad thing. And the problem with the society, it was, actually the shame was on the victim. You see, ni kama ni shida yako, hata kama wewe ni mtoto, you know, it was such a taboo, it was such a bad thing. You wouldn't want to, you know. Anyway, so I didn't tell anyone. So it kept on happening. And then fast forward, when I was in class 7, so I've never told anyone this story. Lynn, you know, we are in school, we are being taught home science. There is this adolescence topic. Now we are told how, we've been taught about reproduction, how you can get pregnant. And you know, I was this good girl. Everyone was like, you need to be like Joyce. Why can't you be like that girl? You see, she's very hardworking. Their home is clean. She cleans her grandparents' home. She goes to work for the father.
Wow.
She's very clean. She's very good, well disciplined. No boyfriend. And all. Okay, anyway, those days there were not so much boyfriend things, because if you were found standing just with a boy on the road, you will be slapped. So anyway, there was no but tabia nayo nilikuwa nayo nzuri. So people know that I'm a good girl. Hapa mwalimu wetu wa science is teaching us about getting pregnant. So if I was to get pregnant, nitasema nini? You know? And this person, I cannot say he's responsible. He will kill me. And he's been reminding me all the time that he will kill me, you know? So I came up with an idea. I said, I'll kill this person before I get pregnant. And of course, you can now imagine if I was to get pregnant at that time, it would have been on me, you know? So I told you I grew up in the village. So my grandmother used to have this, what do we call these stones for grinding the wheat?
Yes.
You know?
The one you put
and then you,
yes,
that one. So it was a very, very heavy rock. I don't even know how I managed to lift that, because it was a big, big rock, you know? So I lifted it. I climbed to the top, and I was like, you know, he'll come. He will always come for me when he's around, pretending to. This man Lynn used to beat me, like he used to. I think I don't know, I cannot even count the number of times he will beat me, you know. So I knew he will come, and when he gets in the house, I will just drop the stone on his head and kill him. So I took it to the top of the house, and you know, now he's coming, screaming, he's drunk, or maybe he just pretending to be drunk to cover for
what he's doing.
Yes. So he got in the house, and I'm holding that up there. It was heavily. Even at this age, I cannot lift that stone. I don't know how I got the strength to take that. So yeah, he came in, and I was like, now, Joyce, drop it. You know? It's been so much pain. It's been a lot of trouble, and I cannot tell anyone this. So the only thing to have this stop is to have this person die. So I took that stone and wanted to drop it on his head. I don't know what. Okay, it was the grace of God. Because I would have gone to jail, most probably the truth would not have come out, you know. I lost strength completely, like I couldn't hold it. So I just placed it on top of the firewood. Now I'm shaking, and you know, of course it was heavy, so he has had. Ideally, I would even hide. Sometimes when he comes in, I will hide so that I don't go with him. So now he's even seeing me. Calm down. I've been looking for you. You didn't wash. And it was not about the cleaning. It was not about the clothes and the house and all that.
It's the drama before the storm.
Yes, it's the drama before the storm, so that he can get a chance. Anyway, so I got down. He beat me that day. I remember when we got to his house. Now, you know, when I came down, he started beating me, kicking me as we go, like, why didn't you wash the clothes? You didn't do the chores that you were supposed to do. When we got to the house, you know, I was screaming, and most probably, as much as the beating was going on for so long, nobody used to really care. Like, so, people are like, umtutesa umtoto. But anyway, so this day he locked me in the kitchen. This kitchen was it's a grass thatched, so he lit the house on fire, and he had locked me inside. Wow. So I don't know what happened this day, or the people saw the smoke, then they decided to come. So there is one man, God bless him, he was the brave one, because nobody used to dare this man, like, so he came, fought him, kicked the door, and then now he got me off there, and then they started now pouring water to stop the house from burning. The beating was ilikuwa kawaida, like it was normal. I asked myself up to today, like, why would people not speak up for a child? Like, you all see a child going through so much, and nobody is speaking.
Nobody says a word.
Nobody cares. Anyway, so we went some other time. Now the day the issue came out. Now this day he comes. He didn't find me in my grandmother's house, so he found me in his brother's house. So the brother was not there. He used to work somewhere in Kericho. So I was staying with now his brother's wife. We had just had dinner, and I think we were almost going to bed. So he came in, like, I think we could hear him talking. He went to my grandmother's house. He didn't find me, so he comes to this house. So this day I was like, now I'm not going to stand this anymore. I'll speak up for myself. And
whatever happens,
if he kills me, let me die. So I think it was also his 40th day. Because now when he came to this house trying to say, oh, I didn't clean, I didn't wash, I told him I did everything. The clothes I washed, the house I cleaned, everything was like, I did everything that I was supposed to do. I remember I was just a child. So he started like forcefully pulling me off. This lady tried like defending me, but he was kicking me and beating everyone, you know. And then now he pulled me like on the ground. And of course, towards his house, he knew what he wanted to go and do. So I think there is just some strength that came that day, and I was like, I'm not going. And I started now holding on the trees. He's pulling and I'm holding on the trees. I think it was his time to be caught. Akaona, he will not get to the house. So he tried raping me in the open. It was around 8 p.m. Yeah, the darkness had come, but I mean, it's in the open and, you know. So now he tried to rape me there. Maybe he was like, let me finish it here instead of, because she's not going, you know. So now I screamed. I tried covering my mouth, but now I couldn't keep quiet, you know. And people started now coming, and someone saw him, you know, lying on me. And they said, what are you doing to this child? You know, then the story came out. He acted drunk and, of course, left, but the story now was out. So the following day, my grandfather, now his father, may his soul rest in peace, he was a very, very kind man and very just. He asked me if he had been doing this to me, and I said no. I'm telling you, I was so fearful. It was so bad. I said no. I said no. He was trying for the first time, but it had happened for so long. So my grandfather, even after knowing that this was an attempt, he went to report the case. He himself, he went to
reported the son.
Yes, and reported the son. Wow. That's why I'm saying he was a just man. And you know, he doesn't even know that it has been happening. It was, to him, it was an attempt. So he went to, now when he reported, now the police started looking for him. So now I'm no longer the one to hide. He started now hiding. He was teaching another high school, a little bit far from home. So he would come over the weekend, get his food stuff and all that, and run away. He wouldn't say, because he know they were looking for him. Now at least I started finding peace, like I'm not afraid. Relief. Yeah, I got some relief. Like, I remember one of the teachers asking me in school if this has been happening. Of course, I know very well that if you're asking someone something, they will know the truth. Yes. But of course, I couldn't confess. It was such a bad thing, Lynn. No one was defending the rape victim. No one will side with you. It will be such a shame, you know. You cannot say this has been happening, you know. So anyway, that ended, so it stopped. He never got an opportunity to rape me again. That case ended there. And then it happened when I had completed my class 8, I had passed my KCP. So he wanted to take me to this school that he was teaching. And you know, I know what has been happening. So I was like, no, I'm not going there. So he started bringing this story of, you know, I'm rude, I don't want to go to the school he's teaching, I want him to pay the money, and he's not going to do that anyway. But I was like, I'm not doing this. So when I didn't accept to go to, you know, I was telling myself, now God has taken me off this stress. And then I I go and stay with him in the same house. Everyone knows that this is my father, so he's a teacher. He's living in the teacher's quarters, so meaning I'll be living with him. You know, and everyone knows he's my father, so nobody will know what is happening, and this will go on, you know. So when I didn't accept to go to that school, I insisted that I would want to go to the school that I had been called. I'll take you a little bit back. That's so okay. After completing KCP, that is class 8, I was employed as a house help by a certain neighbor of ours who was living in another county. So she took me, went, stayed with them. So when the results came out, I had passed. There were no mobile phones or like, you know, but now this guy, the one now, my boss now, the one I was working for, the wife, had a phone. So like he was called by his father that girl in your house has passed so well. And he came home happy and congratulated me. And then they were like, you know what, we are going to help you. We know that you might not get to go to school, and we will take you to the Polytechnic. And you know, now we didn't know the Polytechnics, there are other technical courses, and we just knew that the Polytechnic is just this, just tailoring. Tailoring has a lot of money. If I was to be told to do it now you would do it. Now I'll do it. But by then, according to the village standards and the tailors, you're saying that you're like, no, I don't want to be a tailor. So I told them, thank you for the offer, but I'm not going to the Polytechnic. I want to go to high school. So I went back home. Everyone was happy. Hey, congratulations, you passed. And you see, it was good. Now, I've refused to go to this high school where my dad teaches, and I'm insisting on going to this provincial school I was called, and it is very expensive and far from home, you know. So he kept off. I'm so sure it was also still like running away because the case was still on and the police are still looking for him.
Yeah. Wow, they couldn't just go to school.
Yeah, so
they just couldn't walk to the school where he was teaching.
I don't know how it's working, because they knew anyway where he is.
And he's a teacher.
But anyways, you can imagine what was happening to the girls he was teaching.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so people have gone to school. People have gone to high school. Schools have opened. People have come home for midterm. I'm still home. So I've gone to my former school, my primary school now. So when I was getting to the gate, I met he was by then the area assistant chief. Yeah. I knew him, but he didn't know me. So he looked at me and just like, you look familiar. And I introduced myself. Oh yeah, I know you. Because I told you I was this child. When the DC is coming to the school, I'm the one saying the poems, giving flowers and all that. So he was like, yeah, I've seen this face. So which school did you go? You know, people are on midterm. So he thinks that I've gone to school. And I told him I didn't go to school. And he's like, what happened? You were the best girl in this school. I told him I didn't get school fees. And he told me, Lynn, that man, you see the way God used to send manna to the children of Israel, like directly. He's not coming to us with manna like with the children of Israel, but now with this one, he was the real angel that God sent. Because he was like, there is no way he will accept to be a leader in this community, and the children that have passed are not even going to school. They're not going to school. you know. He told me he was going for a meeting and he will be back at home at around 4 p.m. That was around 10 a.m. in the morning. So he told me to go to his house. So in the evening, I went to the assistant chief's house, and then he told me what happened. And I told him everything that had happened. And then he was like, there is no way you are staying home. So he's like, you will go to school. Okay, so he told me to go and get one of my uncle's numbers and then take him to him the following day. So I wrote down the mobile number. He didn't have a mobile phone then. So we went with him to the...
Simu Jami?
It was not even Simu Jami, the booth.
Yes.
So he called my uncle and told him, I'm here with Chepngeno, and why did you guys leave this child to stay home? And she passed and all that. And my uncle was touched. That's how I've been telling you, I'm God's favored child. Like, when he talked to him, they knew I was home. But you see, I also understand that these people knew the dad is a high school teacher. He needs to take his child to school, you know. So I think from the way Chief taught, he's late, may his kind soul rest in eternal peace. I wish he was still alive today after everything that has happened to me. So he told, after he talked with the following day, M-Pesa, there was no M-Pesa by then. So the money used to be, people were so honest and people were good, Lynn, you know. If you wanted to send your mom money, you just put in the envelope and give it to the driver.
And they will pass it.
And the money will go like the whole of it. So anyway, the following day, the Nissan comes and the driver hands some envelope written Chepngeno on the top. Actually, it was written Chepngeno fees. So one of my grandfathers is the one who picked it from the center. So he came home with the envelope. He found me in this village. It's like real village. So the houses we smear. So he found me smearing the house, my other grandparents' house.
I kind of miss that though, the smearing.
Yes.
You guys used to like pour. And
yes. Like when the house has been built, you do that big one. But now when it has stood, you will smear. Oh, we used to smear so nicely and write, welcome, happy new year, come on, come on. So he found me smearing. And I was like, there is an envelope that has come and it is written, and people were good. They could not even open the letter, you know, and this is money. You can feel this is money. So it has been written. So Chepngeno fees. And then they are saying, of course, it's from, now that uncle is also late. May his soul rest in peace. So it was written, now his name down there. And then I saw, so, you know, you cannot open, like, if it is something, if you've been sent by, to text something, you cannot open, even if it has your name. If they said for your grandmother, it's for your grandmother. So I gave it to now my grandmother. She opened, and there was nothing. There was no message. It was just the school fees Chepngeno on top was enough. Message enough. So she was like, yeah, this is your school fees. And the excitement, I'm telling you, I didn't finish smearing. I washed my feet and ran to the chief's house. It was quite a distance. I think it's around 5 kilometers or something. And I ran all the way to his house and told him they have sent money for my school fees. And it was 10,000. So the school fees was 32,000 per term. But you see, this 10,000 was
everything.
It was everything. So the chief was also very happy. He went back to the boat to call him, to tell him, thank you, I received the money, I'll take her to school. So my journey to school started from there now. You see, now there is some hope. There is some hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So he told me to get ready. I'll be going to school.
Yeah.
And the excitement. Now he started telling people to come for like a harambe to help contribute. So people were relaxed to contribute because knowing that this is a high school teacher's daughter, why are we contributing for someone who's working? But this chief told these people, let's not look at the family. Let's look at this child. Mwangalie huyu mtoto. Mimi ninataka kusaidia mtoto. Let's not look at the family. So yeah, when he started talking like that, a few people came, like one of our neighbors is a carpenter. He made a box for me. Others gave me, like those who had completed, gave me the Kamusi dictionary.
Golden belt.
Yeah, the golden belt, the Bible, Good News Bible.
Yes.
Yeah, so like they gave me, everyone was bringing that. You see, I think this chief was so, I think he was so passionate in what he was doing, and he was so charismatic, and he was so convincing. Yeah. So people now stop looking at me from Mwalimu's daughter's perspective to what he's saying. So now watu wamechangamka, nikaletewa vitu. So the only thing we bought was the pair of shoes. It was tafis. For the first time now I'm wearing tafis because, you know, there were no shoes in the village, Lynn, and we were happy.
Not a feast, it was a big deal.
Yes, so
that was a big deal.
Yeah. Now I'm telling everyone who will watch this story, dare to dream. Like I used to picture myself. We were not looking at big things like coming to this place or boarding the planes and all this. I was just looking at myself in high school, coming home with uniform, you know, that school uniform, it was such a big thing, you know. So I was super, super excited. Now everything has been planned. Harambe has been done. Chief has gotten kidogo money. Then he took me to school. From the 10,000 that was sent by the bus, he got the 1,800 to buy tafis, and I think 200 was transport for both of us, and a few things because people gave us things. So we went to school. He was a very, very kind man. This man was
like an amazing man.
He was an angel. He died of a road accident just before I came to Australia. But I was like, we all have a purpose in life, and I was part of his purpose in this life. So anyway, we went to school. He talked to the headmistress, told her, this girl, please don't chase her for school fees. Don't ask her to come home or anything, because she will not come with any money anyway. So the headmistress was super happy. I had passed, so the grades were impressing and everyone was happy. So she told me, so are you going to better yourself? And I was like, do you see yourself, where do you see yourself next? I told her, in the university. And she was impressed. She was like, okay, fine. She took me in. Chief went back home. And now I'm in school. You know, I was going back when people were coming from half term because, yeah. So, we went on well. I enjoyed my life in school. Of course, I was still doing drama, music, and all that. So it was fun. It was life. Now you see, I was never a happy child at home. Here in school, you're getting everything. No one knew that I was going through anything, or no one even knew that the chief had brought me with only 8,000 shillings. So people thought that this girl comes from a rich family, because I had friends. Like, so many people in my life have really helped me. So my friends will come with their shopping. Like, there is this one friend of mine, I'll really mention her. Naini will do her shopping. She's coming with 2 bags, like hers and mine, you know? So I had so much in my box that there are kids that even had like both parents, and you know, they were still lacking and we could share. So it was really, it was a good thing. It's been a blessing throughout my life. So I finished high school, fast forward. By then, they were taking grade B to university. And you know, I got this B minus. Now I cannot join campus on
On regular, you
on
have to do
regular. I had to
parallel.
go parallel. And parallel was a bit expensive. There were no loans for parallel students.
Yes.
Like now, it was so difficult. So here I am back with Chief, trying to get scholarships and all that. So in the process, we couldn't get the scholarship. So I'm still home. And this was another miracle. So there is this guy who comes, we were in the same church. So he tells me, I had gone to some place was it somewhere not far from Bomet town? He had gone to a church there, and then he meets this lady who tells her that my sister was married in your place. They separated with the husband, but the child remained. I don't know where the exact place, but now he's giving him my story. So when he came back home, I told him, you know what? When you get back there, please tell her to give you Uncle Jeremiah's number. So Uncle Jeremiah is brother to this lady, the one who was supposed to be my mom now.
Your mother now.
My mother now. Even them, they knew
You
that I am their sister's daughter. They didn't know what happened. So when he went back there, he came with the number and I called him and he was like, what? Did you finish class 8? Yes. Did you finish for 4 years? I said, okay, I want you to come to my house in Eldoret. Hey, Lynn. When I met him, he was so welcoming, so he couldn't believe that they knew, like, that village, when girls get to class 7, you are circumcised,
You are done.
you are married, and that's the end. So he was also happy that I've managed to even complete KCSE, and he was happy. He told me he was going to help me. Actually, I don't even call him uncle. I call him now. We all call him daddy.
Oh.
So daddy gives you money, go do your hair, go buy clothes. Okay. Kumbe kuna kubembelezwa, like, you know. And my auntie was another one, like, she's so good. Up to this, we are best of friends with my auntie. She took good care of me, like no one will know that this is not even her, her
real niece.
child. Yes. So they were so kind. Okay, actually, let me say they are, because they are still there and they are kind. They are good people. So my auntie now started. You see, now this is a child from the village. Yes. You finish school, pass, but she's trying now to sort of uplift, you know. So she's helping me do this kind of hair. This is the color that will. She's the one who chose this color for me from the beginning. So, and I've always loved this color. Yeah, she was like, this one will blend well with your face. Yeah, these are things that were not happening in Chipalengo. My friend, who even buys you soap, you know? So my auntie's like, yeah, so she'll buy us hair, do your hair, do that. You know, they are very good people. Yeah. So I wanted to study law. But then law with parallel was very, very expensive. Yeah. So my uncle told me to. Actually, he had chosen nursing for me. If only I had listened to him. I will be a nurse, Yana. So, but I told him I'm not, like, no, that's not my thing. So he was like, what do we do? Go around. So me and my aunt's sister, we were almost age mates. So we were going around Eldoret looking for a college. You know, now I got an admission to the law school, but the fees was very, 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 very expensive. So we couldn't, of course, my uncle could not have raised all that amount. So he was like, okay, look for another college or another course. Then we went round. Then we got Eldoret Polytechnic. So we are looking at the courses. What do I do? Okay, fine. I chose a diploma in business administration. And then I enrolled. You know, these people were so good. My uncle will first pay my school fees before even paying his children's, because they really were trying to make me comfortable and happy. And I'm truly grateful and praying for more blessings to my uncle and his family. So I went to Eldoret Polytechnic, finished my diploma. Then along the way, I met my husband. Okay. Yes.
Hatuendangi haraka. There is no, that is our part. That one we love. There's so along the way.
Actually, this was after I had finished my diploma. Then tukakutana sasa. My sister's aunt ni kama kuna vile walikuwa wanaongea.
Yes.
So this guy, when we met, he was like, ni kama nakujua. So he was in a petrol station fueling the car with his friend. He was with his colleague.
Yes.
So we said hi, and then I was telling my ancestor, hey, that guy is so good. That guy is hot. Okay. Anyway, then we went back home. Kidogo. This one forgets her phone. I don't know if she forgot she will come tell us the truth if she really forgot her phone or it was the plan. So this guy calls me and, oh, hello, I'm looking for now the owner of the phone. And she forgot her phone at home. Oh, and who are you? Are you the girl who was with her and blah, blah, blah? Yeah. Now we are here. History, as we say.
That was when? Which year?
That was in 2011. Hey. That's a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got married. Then I enrolled for my higher diploma, I enrolled for my degree, moved to Nairobi. I've gotten a job. Things have started moving well. Yeah. Everything is okay. And yeah, we've progressed. God has blessed us with 2 very cute boys. Yeah, so things went well until I came to Eldoret on transfer. We built a house, and then we had planned to settle in Eldoret. Yeah. And then this friend of mine comes to tell me, you know, there is this program by the county government of Wasingishu going to Finland and all that, and I'm telling her, I'm not interested, you know. She told me, it's just next to your house. These guys are coming to RVTTI and it's next to your house. Why can't you go and listen? And then I was like, oh yeah, you know, now this idea of trying to, I was like, me, when I was a child, I wanted to move to Australia, but now I'm not going to Finland. Yes. But my friend told me, no, go try. So many people are going to sit for the entry exams for nursing and all that, and they are not passing, they are not getting the chance. And I went and tried and got an opportunity. I was admitted to some nursing school in Finland, and I was like, oh, so this thing can really work. then I told my friend, now I started doing my research and comparing Finland and Australia. And I told my friend, you know what, I think I'll go to Australia. She was to go to Finland. She had also gotten an admission, and things didn't work well with the county government, and the scandal came and they couldn't go. So I applied for my master's here. And Lynn, after 1 week, I got my admission letter to Edith Cowan University and processed my visa. And like, I first came here, and then now my husband and the boys joined me after 8 months. Yeah, and here we are. Thanking God, I'm waiting for my graduation. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's now you, and you know, it's like favor, the way you're saying. I know you've skipped a couple of things, but it's favor after favor after favor after favor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, walk me through the revelation, you knowing I'm not Chepngeno, I'm Wanjiru. You now getting to understand I have siblings. You getting to reconnect with your mom, and now this woman who put a stop to your life, this woman who changed destinies for you, where is she, you know?
Wow. So when I was working in Nairobi, I had this friend of mine. I shared myself. Oh, first I never used to, I didn't tell so many people my story. So people knew me as Chepngeno. And even the rape story, I never told anyone. Even after this guy, after the revelation and him running away, and then he was killed. By the way, he was killed when I was in Form 1. He was found like near the river. Some people had killed him, and so I didn't used to share my stories a lot, but when for like my identity, I didn't tell anyone until when I was in high school. There is one cousin of mine from that side. Now that we became close, and I told him about who I am. Then now in high school, I told one of my friends, a few friends got to know me. I told them my story, and then they were like, you know, because we are in drama music, they were like, this is a made up story. It can't be possible. Like, how? Because, you know, now people asking me later, like, why didn't you run away? You suffered a lot, you know? And I was like, it was so difficult to move out of this village. You cannot even get fare. You can, like, it was not easy, you know? And then I also had this in mind that every time this man is raping me, he's telling me that he bought me so that I'll be his wife. And in a way, I really didn't get very, very comfortable in trying to look for my family, because I was like, or is it true? But there is something that was telling me in my mind. But I remember how I left home. Mom was not even there. I had even told her that auntie had told me I go with her, and she was like, are you going to auntie? So you are going to school, you know? So fast forward, I share my story with this colleague of mine. I tell her, and then she told me, oh, we need to start looking. Oh, first in high school, because of the music, drama, all these activities we are going in school, I will, whenever we went to Nakuru, we'll get to Nakuru, and then we are like, let's try to figure out, can we go to the police? Can we, you know? And then, of course, we are on a school trip, you wouldn't leave, like, you know? So it stopped at that. And then now when I was in Nairobi, and I've shared with my colleague how I was stolen, And then now she tells me we need to do something. So we started like trying to get people who could help us if there were reports that were made at the police station and all that. The good thing that God gave me was the memory of my sisters. My brother had not been born by the time I left home. I remembered my mom's name. So like I used to tell people, this is it. So one day my colleague called me when I had already left Nairobi. I'm now in Eldoret. And then she told me, you know what, there is a program in Kameme TV that reunites families. And I think if we explore that option, we can easily locate your family. And she contacted, her sister-in-law knew Mercy Nongari, the producer of that program. Yeah. And then we reached out to her. I called her and told her, this is what happened. I'm trying to look for my family. And she was like, she gave me a day to go to the show. To the show. And when I shared my story, my sister is a fan of the program. You see the way I'm a fan of your show, LNN, and she's just watching Kameme in the morning, and she tells me when I showed up like this, she was like, there is no doubt. You know, now they had looked for me, they've been looking for the child, they never found me. Yeah. They didn't know where I was. Yeah. Even like my sister, the one that I follow, and one of my uncles are the only people who didn't give up. The rest were like, I think she died, because they will hear there is a child somewhere, they go, and then they will look at her and say, no, this is not Shiro. Yes. She didn't look like this. And then they will hear there was a child who was seen in Kawangware. You know, they tried looking for me, but they couldn't find me. So like they gave up. Or maybe, but my sister was like, no, something tells me she's still alive. So when I showed up on TV, my sister told me she was watching the program. She was going to shower. She had her towel. She lives in Mombasa. Yeah. So she had her towel wrapped around her waist, and she wants to go to the shower. And then she's like, oh, the program has started. You know what? Let me first watch. No, let me quickly go to the shower, then come sit and watch. And then this girl shows up, and then she's like, unmistakably, this is my sister. You know? And then now, here, my name is Joyce Wanjiru. And she was like, and then she called her daughter, telling her, Nyambura, come. Like, my sister, the one I've been talking, she's the one, you know, the excitement and the shock. And, you know, now she started calling my other sisters and my aunties, watch, Shiro has shown up. And then I'm now introducing myself and mentioning their names, you know.
You had not forgotten.
I did not forget. Like my firstborn sister, Wamaida, those one, I've even I can forget something that happened last week. But for some reason, it didn't delete in my mind, like my sister's names and my mom. You know, and I had this picture of my mom. So I'm telling my story, and, you know, now they're like, oh my God. So it is true, she has shown up. Yeah. So before then, I had these mixed feelings. I even told my husband that, what if they don't accept me? Like, what if I met them and they don't want anything to do with me? You know, for something you've been yearning to do, you're yearning to meet your mom, you're yearning to meet your dad, your siblings, and then you're like, what if they don't accept me, you know?
So by the time you are going to the show, you're in your 30s. Or how old are you here?
This was
2019?
This was in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you here?
1987 and
Oh, yeah.
and 2019, I was
Because you'd been
I was
apart.
in my 30s.
Yes.
Right?
And you left home when you were
When
5.
I was 5 years.
And you still
And
remembered
I
your name,
remembered.
Wanjiru.
Yes. I knew, even in school, there is even a day I wrote in my geography paper, like on top, Joyce Wanjiru, and we didn't have a Wanjiru in class, and the teacher is like, who is Wanjiru? You know, I knew my name. I knew, and there was this strong feeling of, you know, wanting to meet my family, wanting to reunite, and all that stuff. So, after the show, then we reunited. We got to meet in studio. I met my sisters, my aunties. Unfortunately, Lynn, by the time we are reuniting, my mom had passed on. You know, so I didn't get to meet my mom. This lady also who told me had passed on. The husband was killed. Like, it was like a movie. Like, it's like everything has been deleted. And then that is something that I don't really I cannot tell you that I really healed from that. You see, now it is excitement. Everybody is happy. You've reunited with your family. You've met your sisters. You met your brother. My grandmother is still alive. Shosho Yuko. So it was excitement. But then, you see, I didn't meet my mom. I'm learning now that my mom passed on. I didn't get that time to really grieve for my mom, because I had high expectations that I will meet her. So I think that is one of the most painful things that I can say was not easy for me, learning that my mom passed on. And after all this, my sister was telling me it really troubled her. It affected her. And we were wishing that by the time we were reuniting, she was still alive, but it was God's plan. We cannot do anything about it. Now, that is when I said, I think I have discovered my purpose in life. It was after the reunion with my family. People are sending me messages. Joyce, you've given me hope. Joyce, I'll be praying the God of Joyce, you know. And I was like, I didn't know that this was, I once told my friend that everything that happens, God would not have allowed me to go through all this pain for no reason, for no purpose. Yeah. And I told her that I think my purpose has now been revealed. There is someone who was dying somewhere of depression. There is a girl somewhere who's undergone rape, and she cannot open up. She cannot tell anyone. There is a lady who lost her child somewhere. They don't know where. Or there are even children who have lost their parents. Their parents who have disappeared with no siblings. Anyone who's gotten lost, I can give them hope. I'm telling them, be hopeful. You never know where your Shiro is. You know, this girl who has gone through rape and cannot open up and finding it very difficult and feeling the shame. I'm telling her today, it is shame on the perpetrator. It is not you. It is not shame. Don't carry
the guilt.
The guilt. Don't
shame.
Carry the shame. It is shame on the perpetrator. It is shame on the one raping young children, sodomizing boys, raping women, you know, all this. And the hope, if I had said, you see now, Lynn, because I've suffered, I've gone through this, I'm rejected, let life end there. There was that option of like, yeah, even in that, during those days of fighting FGM, there is one guest of yours who came to your show, and I was really impressed by Emily's story.
Yes.
And when she talked about having something, or I think she has a program that she wants to do on FGM back home. I was so excited, and I'm like, I'll want to be part of that program because I know what happens. So you see, you'll get to class 8, you get circumcised, you get married. Do you know how old you are at that point? That is from 12 years
13
to 12, 13. If you are very old, it's 15 or 14. And you're married off, and like it's seen as normal, actually. And your life ends there. But I'm so grateful to God that I had, He gave me the grace to overcome all this. And today I'm able to sit with the OG, with the goat herself in this great show and inspire someone. Yeah. I want someone to listen to this story and say one day that I watched Joyce's story and my life changed. Even if it is one person, I would have lived my purpose on earth.
How do you deal with the forgiveness? How do you, you said, of course, you never completely heal.
Yeah.
But the forgiveness.
No, like what I didn't really heal from is like losing my mom.
Yes.
That's something that I'm not
healed
from like completely. But for forgiveness, after we reunited with my family, I was saying sometimes we don't want to agree that God will do something. God made Joseph's brothers to sell him to Egypt, to the Egyptians, so that he can come and save them. So sometimes, we really had a big argument with my friend. She was crying when I was telling her my story, and she said, no, God cannot allow this. God cannot want you to be separated from him so that you can. And I'm telling them, when God has set you for a purpose, it will be fulfilled and in different ways. Like, I have a feeling that if I didn't leave home, and if these things would not have happened to me, how on earth would I have inspired? Ningepata hapi story ya kuinspire that girl child who has gone through rape, that girl child who has gone through untold suffering, that girl child mwenye amekosa school fees, hapo lose hope, amepita anakaa nyumbani. How would I have inspired them, So, like, I forgive completely. When I talk of home, I'm talking of home Bomet, because now, like, my biological family, we've reunited just in 2019. We click well, we are happy. My sisters are awesome, my brothers, my family, like my biological family is an awesome family. But I have more bond and friends on the other side than the biological ones, because you see, now when I want to talk about something that happened in 1990, which year, I will tell someone who's in Bomet. Yes. Like, all my friends are like inclined on that side, So I didn't even have this bitterness of saying, oh, I want to change my name, now I want my real name. Of course, I'm Shiro, I was born Shiro, and that is fine. So my documents read Chepngeno. It is fine.
Yeah.
It is fine. Let us learn. I'm a very forgiving person. I'm the one who always reaches first. Like, tukikosana na marafiki zangu, utapata one of my friends always said, tuache kusimba. Alikukosea usimpigie. And I'm like, I don't want to carry this burden, And then, when you don't forgive, there is a program I also did. I'm not marketing Alabastron, but it really helped me in a way in forgiveness and healing. if you don't forgive, you are the, mi nikiwa naishi na wewe, when you enter that door, I'll be having this kiwaru, I'm feeling a lot of pain inside me, na hata haujui, you know. And me, I'll always say that there is nothing that will happen in this life that God didn't purpose. There is nothing that happens that God did not purpose.
But if someone asks a genuine question, how would God purpose rape for you?
No, like you see these ones,
yes,
these are part of the things that happen in this process. Me, I'm talking about this process of being separated from your family. Now, these are the things that will happen. Where Joseph ashauzwa
by the brothers,
and he's in Egypt, and Potiphar's wife is here trying to bring him down.
Yes.
These are part of the, I think now, I don't know how to explain it. Of course, I cannot say God purpose the much pain, but the process. Because if I didn't go through this rape, this child who has gone through the same and has never opened up to anyone and has never gotten a chance to speak about it, wouldn't get hope. And then, you know, there is that feeling after rape, you will feel so dirty, you will feel so rejected, you will feel, you know, like, so after you've seen that, oh, it happened to Joyce and she's even healed through it, she's even married, she's even had children. There are people who have gone through rape and they are saying they will never ever want to see a man, they will never ever have children. You know, it is a very, very, very bad experience. It's a bad thing. But then, as I said, you forgive. We always wrong God, so we forgive. We forgive as God forgives us, and we forgive for our own selves. Like our to usema, like, I will never forgive, I will ever forgive them for this. You are hurting yourself. Forgiveness is actually for you. Just as God forgives us, we also forgive for our own selves. You know? Yeah.
You know, your husband, what role has he played in affirming you? Because he must make you feel so safe to even talk about this thing, you know. What role has he played?
Yeah, he's been very, very supportive. He's very understanding. So, you see, sometimes after years of abuse, sexual abuse, like physical abuse and all this, there are some things that like manifest in our later years. Like sometimes I sit and I'm like, that was so bad. But then it was not really, I was not feeling at that time that this was really, but so he's been very, very supportive. He's been very understanding. He supported me throughout the journey of even reuniting with my family, because when I told him, what if nikikutana nao na wanikata, and then it's like, taka tumefanya part yetu. Like you've done your part. You umewatafuta, you know? And again, I told him everything. When I met my husband, I opened up to him. I told him everything. And the good thing with saying the truth is that when I told my husband my story, then his grandfather goes to Bomet One of my aunties from that side is a relative to my husband. We didn't know. So like his grandfather has gone to visit his relatives and he's being told a story. Oh, our girl from this village is getting married to your place. Now they're telling his grandfather. And it's not, I think it's not far from your house. And then, you know, he's also like, you know what? I've also been told by my son now, my father-in-law, that my grandson is marrying, and she's marrying a girl from this area. I don't. And then wait, could it be our girl? And then now my aunt calls me and tells me, what is the name of
Your guy.
Your guy? And I'm telling him Lawrence, and I'm like, oh, and you Babu? Yes, he's the one. So now my aunt tells him the story. This is what happened. This girl has gone through a lot. This, she was taken from you know, the whole story, and I had told him. So now my father-in-law tells my mother-in-law the story, and she's calling my husband to tell him, oh, I had this and that and that. And he's like, yeah, she told. Yeah.
Is there a part of you that wish you had met your mom though? Again?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How had you imagined it?
You know, a girl now, so many things happening, and you know, there's some things that you wouldn't tell any other person. Like now, that episode, I was so certain if I had met my mom, I would be able to open up to her. This is the only person I will feel confident to tell, like the deepest of pain that I couldn't tell any other person, you know. But I thank God for my sisters, and like one of the sister that I follow, I see my mom in her. Like she even looks like, when I remember the image of my mom, when I see my sister, I see my mom, and she's also taught me a lot after I've met with my family. When I interact with my sister, she's very kind, and she's also teaching me like so much. I'm learning a lot, you know. So yeah, I would have really been happier if I met her, but there are things
we
that
can't change.
we can't do anything about it. Yeah.
You, how do you feel about all this?
I'm happy, Lynn. I'm genuinely grateful to God and so many people that have been supportive to me, because I'm like, if there was no purpose, as I had said, this wouldn't have happened. Maybe I would be crying like, me naambianga tu story yangu, and then people are crying and I'm like, munalia nini? You know? Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know, when people say they want your God, because even me, I would be those people, unalia nini?
Yeah.
Because I can't fathom how a human being can be this strong.
Yeah.
You are very strong. And I don't mean strong in a way that it's supposed to make you feel nice.
Yeah.
Or it's supposed to make you feel like, oh, but
yeah,
when it comes to putting people somewhere, you really are very strong.
Yeah.
Especially the forgiving part, the letting go, you still finding this beautiful life that you've created for yourself, your husband, your son.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And that woman, you forgave her. Fifi.
She passed on.
Yes.
She's no longer...
like your heart has freed her.
Yes. My heart freed her. And I told you when we were starting that it was not a good thing she did. Yeah. I'm not saying if you don't have children, go steal people's children. But I'm telling you, sometimes when we try to put ourselves in people's shoes, even for a moment, you can't put yourself into their shoes. But when you listen to the stories, there were stories that I don't know if you've ever, and I really love if you get to have someone who has struggled with childlessness, especially in marriage, and then they tell you what they go through. Someone will be like, even if I was to be taken to the White House to be the first lady or the State House without a child, I will not be happy. There is a lady in my village, Lynn, who didn't have children because of the stigma associated with childlessness, made some, she pretended to be pregnant. She's been tying clothes in her waist. And then now, when it was time for delivery, she made like clay, trying to make something look like a baby, so that she said she had a miscarriage. Like the pregnancy couldn't go to term. Just to be called even a mother of a dead child. Yeah. You understand? So I'm not very judgmental of this lady. I think when I look back and see, and the stories I've heard, and the things we've seen people doing, and the suffering that women go through, may God bless their wombs. You will do that.
Joyce.
Yes. It is. There are things that push people. I'm the least of people who judge. Like when I hear somebody, you see the way we'll start trolling someone and, how could you do that? No, you don't know what they've been through. So this lady, I forgave her. If she was alive today, I will call her mom. No. Yes, I will call her mom.
No.
Yes. And her intentions, okay, even in court, they will say, okay, when they are passing judgment on someone who has killed,
they look at the motive.
They look at the motive. She didn't, as much as I suffered in her hands, she will also still beat me, leaving me with the house chores and all this. But zilikuwa pia frustration zake, Zilikuwa pia shida zenye amepitia pia. And then, I forgot to mention that she was the second wife to this man. This man had his first wife, wakaachana. So you can now imagine that you've gotten married as a second wife, na hauna watoto, utaiba mtoto. Yes. So she did. She had a co-wife. Yeah. Who had kids. Yeah.
Na yeye hakuwa na anyone.
Na hakuwa nao, hana watoto. Yes.
Why keep the name Chepngeno?
Now that is me. Apart from the suffering that maybe her actions subjected me to, every other thing was okay. Every other person was supportive. Every other family member, even though there was those words, that will be thrown. If I fight with my cousin, I was once fighting with my cousin, and the dad was like, she's coming here to beat my child. Tunanunuliwa watoto. Had we lacked children in this family so that they go buy children, Of course, there were those
words
here and there. But generally, as much as the childhood was difficult, but it was not bad. Not everyone was wicked. These people, I receive a lot of love from them. I receive a lot of support from the rest of the family. They truly love me. I wish you saw how my cousins from the other side cried when they found out that I had reunited with our family, and they were like, they are stealing our Chepngeno. Why are they coming for her? What, you know, they were feeling the loss. They thought maybe after reuniting with my family, I'll not want anything to do with them and all that. But yeah,
look at you.
Yeah.
And on the comment, people are saying, and you're a God of Joyce, because if you can forgive all that,
yeah,
then I think we too can.
And then also, this is a long journey. Yeah. This is a painful journey. I'm telling someone there in the comment section, or someone watching, who will watch on YouTube, like, there is nothing you are going through that will not come to pass. Like, if mine passed, if I went through this, and look at me now, yes, here sitting with the goats.
Come on.
What is it that you will not do? I even tell my sons, like, I always remind them, they're still young, but I tell them, like, there is nothing in this world that you cannot do. There is nothing in this world that you cannot be. Lynn, I was that child. I was an example of poverty. As much as this guy was a high school teacher, I didn't grow up with that, like, you know, there was no love. There was no parental love, no mother. There was no support.
There was nothing.
So we were suffering. Like, we were going to school barefoot. I'm telling you, for the period I was in school, for the period I was in the entire primary school, you see the way there was those small fees, like 60 bob that was supposed to be paid. I couldn't pay that. And I never did. Even if you go back to my records in primary school, you will not find my name in the first term and second term. So my grandfather will struggle to pay for me the third term exam fees, because that is moving you to the next class. So I'll do the end of the third term, and then I move to the next class. And Lynn, how will I forget to say thank you to the teachers in my primary school? My former head teacher, Mr. Mutai, that man was another blessing. You see, when I was going back, this day I met Chief. I had gone to meet my high school teacher, primary school teacher. And when I told him I didn't go to school, people have gone, they've come for midterm. And he was like, oh, Joyce, you know what? I want you to repeat Class 8, come back to school, repeat. My daughter is completing Form 4 this year. You will take her place. I will educate you. Can you imagine that? And these are the same teachers who paid for my registration for KCP. Like, I would have stayed home. I wouldn't have even done my KCP were it not for those teachers. They were so supportive. They paid for we were supposed to pay, it was 650 shillings. So the head teacher himself gave me 350, and the teachers contributed the 300. So my entire year for Class 8 was paid. I was the head girl. So yes.
Go you.
Yeah. So, like, I've found so much favor.
Yeah.
And that always reminds me of not giving up, no matter the situation.
No matter the matter.
No matter the matter, never give up.
Yeah.
Look up to God, keep working hard, and keep praying.
Beautiful.
God destined all of us for greatness. Yes.
Do you think, because lastly, I want to wind up, but I can't remember what my life was when I was 5. I can't even remember what I was doing when I was 5 years. Like, I'm trying to remember. I can see myself somewhere in class 2, class 3, but then obviously I wasn't 5.
Yeah.
My brain cannot even remember anything that happened in my life when I was 5. Do you think God kept that part for you? Do you think?
Definitely, definitely. Why have I forgotten things that happened a few months ago? Why would I forget something? You know, this was, and I think there is even a bigger revelation, Lynn. I think there is even a bigger purpose. Maybe it's after this show. Maybe someone will come to you and tell you, when I watched Joyce, maybe I was planning to kill myself, or maybe I was you know. God kept these memories even for reuniting with my family, because if I had forgotten the names and everything, I wouldn't have, it would have been very difficult for us to reunite. Yeah.
But look at you.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
I
Honestly, I don't think I have your level of strength. When I say you are the strong of the strongest, I don't say that lightly. You know, because I would have expected this conversation to also go another direction.
Yeah.
Blame this and this and this and this and all these, like all these things.
Yeah.
But I've picked so much from you just by listening to your story.
Yeah.
You being free as a bird right now, wanting your story to serve. You know, when you're saying it's for a greater revelation, I'm sure I'll send you a message when this show airs. Even me, I can tell you, you've not done this for yourself. There's someone who needed this, and it will serve its purpose. And I will send you that message because I know it will be revealed unto us.
Amen.
Amen. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I want to wind up. I hope I have not rushed you. I kind of feel like, you're sure?
No, we
For
are
real?
okay. Yeah.
Good. I love being here in Australia with you. I can't wait to come back and see the progress.
Come for my graduation.
Yes, nimekwambia mi acha tu wanionyeshe hapo, like sema tu
bado visa itakuwa valid.
Itakuwa valid. The visa will still be valid.
Yes.
But hey, thank you. Honestly, I don't know who this episode is for or who it's going to save, but I hope there are a couple of people out there. What do you want to tell them? What do you want to tell anyone who is watching? You can look at that camera.
Okay, so what I'll tell you who's watching my story, who's listening to me, never give up, never lose hope, be inspired, be prayerful, pray to God, just ask and do your part, leave the rest to God. Never give up, never lose hope.
Beautiful. And there's one person you also have to acknowledge. That's Manyari.
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
Yes.
That's his name.
Yes.
Yeah, he of Kameme.
Yes.
Because I was going through that interview where, you know, the whole story and everything. And
yes.
I thank God that he was able also to use his platform to reconnect you.
Yes.
You
so
reunite you
producer,
with, yes, go on.
Honorable Nongare, Manyari, I'm so grateful to them. They made it possible for us to meet. Like, we thank God. God has also placed them there for it's like changing. It's actually changing lives, inspiring people, and changing lives. Because the things that come into that show, oh, they are doing an amazing job, and may God bless them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned another program, which I don't know if it's a coaching or it's a mentoring.
It's a,
Alabaster.
Alabastion, yes, by Laimani.
Yes.
So that one, a quick one, a colleague of mine also, Dr. Ogila, when I told her my story, she's among the few people I told about the rape part. And then she was like, what are you telling me? You're not okay. I told her, I'm okay. That's a long time ago. Like, I forgot everything. She said, no. You cannot be okay after going all through this. And she paid for that program for me. God bless her. She's a musician also. You can subscribe to her. She's called Ogila Change. She sings gospel. She's based in Dubai. I used to work with her. So when I told her my story, she's the one who told me, I need you to go, because she was asking me if I went through any counseling, and I told her no, and then she was like, oh no. So she paid for me for the Alabastron program and most of my healing. That's why now I can speak without crying. Before, when I took this, it was tears and I will even stop. I'm like, no. I'm not ready. I'm not talking about it anymore. But after going through Alabastron, it really helped me with like healing.
Yes. It's a program?
Yeah, it's a program by Laimani Bidali.
Okay.
Yeah, she
It's online?
We used to go, because I was living in Nairobi then, so we used to go to, is it Lavington or Kileleshwa? But then the program still goes on.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, the program still goes on. It helps. It has really helped people to.
I feel like
to heal. Yeah.
I would want anyone who is watching to be able to subscribe to such a program.
Yes.
I feel like healing is what we need. And if it did this to you, then I can only imagine what it can do to other people. But you are joyful. And I'm sure your mom must have been proud to give you that name, Joyce. I know we've spoken about Chep.
I don't know how I got this name, Joyce. I don't know, but my real name is Margaret Wanjiru. Margaret Wanjiru.
Yes.
Yes.
But so, you see, Joyce served its purpose.
Yes, it
you are joyful. Like, people might not care about the other Chepngeno and Wanjiru, but it's the joy you exude. And as you've said, you've served a purpose and your story has served a purpose. I appreciate you. You are the one who has gone through all this, right? You are the one who knows how deep you've had to go and how much you've had to pull yourself up. What would you want to tell yourself?
Keep fighting, keep forgiving, keep being humble. Humility is everything. We pray, I've always prayed. Let's pray to God that even after He blessed us, like me, my friends, even those I grew up in the village, hata wale wenye wali undergo FGM na wakabaki vile, we are still friends. Like, we chat in WhatsApp. Hakuna hiyo ya sijui wewe umesoma sasa umeenda ngambo. Like, may God keep us humble.
Yes.
Even as things get better for us. And may we be just a blessing to. We need a lot of forgiving to do. We need to free ourselves from hate, from bitterness, and once you forgive, I'm telling you, even if I'm the first one to call, like, tukikosana na rafiki yangu na nikwe wa kwanza kupiga, hata hao wengine wakiniambia, you're such a simp. I'm like, I'm feeling lighter. You know, because your burden inatoka kwa roho yako.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You are awesome. All the best here in Australia.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on your graduation. I've said already in advance if I don't make it here. But who knows? Who knows where the future might lead us. But Joyce, you've really challenged me for the better. You've inspired me. I think if you can forgive all that, there is nothing we cannot forgive. Honestly, if you can forgive all that, there's nothing we can't forgive. And thank you for deeming me worth to share your story with, for trusting this platform with your story, for making time for us here. I know it gets busy. Australia is all about shifts and school and busy, but I have received a lot of love from you guys, and that's what I will be able to take home. Hata sauti ikienda, mimi nakwambia niko na show moja to go, and my voice, if it doesn't work, I don't know what, I can feel it go. What we did yesterday, what we did yesterday, but I felt the love.
We love you very much. We love, and Lynn, you don't know. I don't know if people know. I don't know if we know how much we impact people. I don't know if you know how much we inspire people. Oh my God, yes. But now these are your flowers. Receive them.
I received them.
Yes,
you
are changing lives. Just in case you have doubts, let me just assure you that you are changing lives, you are inspiring generations, and we are learning a lot from your platform. So many people, only that you cannot meet everyone to tell you how much the stories you bring inspire them and give them hope. Thank you, and we thank God for giving you that chance and the platform to change lives and to inspire.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Flowers well received, honestly.
Yes.
Flowers well received.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. Shall we wind up?
Thank you.
How do you want to wind the show for us? Wind it up. Feel free.
Okay, so
Okay, let's do the sit-in style.
guys, those who have not subscribed to LNN, please subscribe. Accent ya Chepalungu iko. Sina ya huku Kilami hakuna, but please subscribe to LNN. Please keep watching and support the network.
Aww.
Thank you. God bless you.
Hey, support the network, guys. Subscribe. Let me know in the comment section, honestly, what your take home has been on Joyce's story. It's been really inspirational for me. A lot of take homes also. I think I am sitting with one of the most strongest people that I have ever had a conversation with. And this has been my intention last year, this year. We heal, we rebuild, and we restore. Because no matter the matter, you remember yesterday?
Yes.
No matter the matter, we have to move forward. Mom, this one is dedicated to you. When I say mom, it's because I know I have among so many people watching one of our greatest fans who during one of our events yesterday in Perth was very kind to pray for us and tell us, Lynn, LNN, no matter the matter. And we said now that is going to be one of our slogans on the shows. No matter the matter, we have to keep pushing and we have to keep moving forward. I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much for taking your time. And as always, whatever we say on the comment section, let us know, guys. I want to know these shows are impacting you. I want to know we are rebuilding and we are restoring together. I want to know what has really set your soul on fire in regards to today's conversation. Let me know. Put it on the comment section and don't forget to double check whether you've subscribed. Please do, because we are heading to 1 million subscribers and I will take a full 1 month vacation. I don't care. I'm going, I'm disappearing, because it's been a journey and I'm grateful and I'm glad that we have done it together. So support the network. Appreciate you, Muga. Thank you so much. Niwapigie story ama nisiseme? Nipige. Kidogo tu, guys, let me tell you something. So jana I'll be brief, 1 minute, because the videos that will show on your screen kidogo. So jana we are having our get together here in Perth and we are meeting our community, and you know we met so many incredible people, and then the event also had Juakali and Waire. So Waire is an amazing performer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the way I was just looking at him and his energy and the way he was dedicated into making sure we have an amazing show. Like we just kept dancing, and honestly. And then Juakali, of course, came and killed it on stage. And you should have heard us. Majuale have done 4 shows and all the people were there, you know. So tulikuwa tunaangaliana hivi na kesho tuko show, you know. Then I am seeing Muga huko. You can see him on screen. And then, guys, Joshua. If the camera was to pan to Joshua, you see his eyes right now. The amount of strength we've had to put today to do, you can pan, do it, Muga. You see, just zoom in to, yes. Lucky them, they get to see it there. Me, I have to, maintain eye contact with the guests, but we really had a good time with our people in Perth, and we really appreciate, and we showed up and showed out, and it was a good day. Let me let Joy go so I can host my last show in Australia, and I hope I get to see you guys next year. It's been really amazing. The love has been there. It's been overwhelming. The voice is going, but it's been worth it, and I love that we found really incredible stories here in Perth, and I hope we continue impacting the society one story at a time. This episode is dedicated to Joyce for being a strong one, for inspiring us, and for paving way for so many of us who sometimes struggle with forgiveness. Bye-bye.